Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a ton of crypto news to cover. So if you guys are into that, make sure you press the like button. And again, there's going to be a link down below to enter our 2500 XRP giveaway. There's 10 days left, guys. So make sure you join with the link down below. Having said that, just to give you all a quick rundown, the crypto market right now is not doing too well, but not doing really too bad, to be honest with you. I would say we're actually doing quite neutral, as the overall crypto market is down about 2%. But if you look at the majority of these cryptos, they're recovering over on the hourly, and -2, I wouldn't really consider to be a very bad day. Again, it's not positive, but it's really not that bad. I would say that the majority of the reason the price is moving this way is because of the very important Fed meeting tomorrow. If you guys don't remember, Fed meeting decision looks baked, but outlook is far from certain. The Federal Open Market Committee is holding its 2-day closed-door meeting starting today, and tomorrow we're going to see some of the results. 7 weeks after the Fed raised the benchmark U.S. interest rates, for the first time since 2018, the central bank is set to hold its third meeting of the year as monetary policymakers struggle to contain inflation. The 2-day closed-door meeting is likely to contain a few surprises since the Fed Chair Jerome Powell already tipped the likely decision. But crypto traders and counterparts in traditional markets will be watching closely for clues on the central bank's future plans, with some economists now worried about the prospect of a recession at the time when consumer prices are already rising at their fastest pace in 4 decades. So what everybody's expecting is tomorrow basically to get the result of 50 basis point increase, or half a percentage point rate hike in May. He said that the central bank is committed to raising interest rates expeditiously. This would be the first time in 22 years that the Fed raised its benchmark rate by half a point, and that would be pretty severe. Now, the majority of people I've spoken to, they all think that this would be bad for crypto. Why? Well, logically speaking, because the indices are going to fall, and Bitcoin and the indices have like a 1-to-1 correlation. But we'll have to see tomorrow. It's going to at least most likely stir up some controversy slash some nice little volatility. Man, I couldn't think of that word. Having said that, right now the Bitcoin price has fallen back down right here to the demand zone where Bitcoin has been trading out for a little while. We were retesting that all the way back in April 26th as well, then here April 30th and May 1st, and right now yet again on May 3rd. So again, what we said before is that we need to find either a good bottom right here or break above, I would say about 40,000, but let's say about $40,000 to reignite the bullish momentum, which again is going to coincide with those EMA ribbons as well. As of this current point, though, things are not looking too amazing because again we're biased towards the downside unless we do break up again. But there's a good chance we're going to turn back around. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a cool platform to trade, make sure you check out Bybit. And there's also a very cool sale coming up. And I described to you guys before, every single time there are sales on these launch pads, I try to buy into them because usually they do well. Apex was the last one. Not sure how much the X was on that, but I think at least like 6 or 7 or 8 was really, really freaking well. And Ply, I think again that it will do really well. It depends, of course, on market conditions and such, but I still am going to put some money in. And the only place I think you can get it is Bybit, but maybe there's multiple places. I'm not 1,000% sure on that one. We have some more though. 1 billion crypto users in a decade, predicts Coinbase CEO. Now, I don't really think his prediction means anything because he's biased. He wants to predict crypto to be as big as possible because that's where the money lies that he's going to make. On the other end, I can say, 10 to 20 years, most likely have 1 billion people or so in this. He says, my guess is that in 10 to 20 years, we'll see a substantial portion of GDP happening in the crypto economy. That is like a completely loose statement, means absolutely nothing. And so that's where I'm saying, like, yeah, this is a overly hyped article. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. But it is kind of interesting to kind of think about, let's put it like that, the fact that 1 billion people are going to be in here in the next couple of years. Because again, a decade, it's over before you know it. And the fact that 1 billion people then will be in the crypto space, it's mind-boggling. Specifically when I look back 5 years or so to when I really got heavily into all this YouTube stuff, to just kind of realize how much the space has grown since then. It's crazy. It really is. Moving on, though, because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. The Panama stuff. Now, I've actually seen a lot of people talk about Panama today. I'm not so sure because I've been trying to look into I guess the most vocal people from Panama over on Twitter, and the majority of them have not shared any news today, but I think like Altcoin Daily or some sources like that were sharing it over on Twitter that Panama has been doing some juicy stuff for crypto. The only most important stuff I could find was from a couple of days ago, April 29th, for example, here, where Panama passes bill to permit use of crypto assets. We knew that already. So there's nothing really new in this. I'm not sure if there's any news coming out today. But again, I'm just warning you guys, maybe there was something new coming out today. Maybe they kind of revised or made it even better, their laws on crypto assets. Or maybe it was passed then and now it took effect, for example. But I'm not 1,000% sure on that. I couldn't find exactly a good source for this newer official news. Then Google search trends for NFTs and Ethereum revealed dwindling interest. I don't think NFTs are done for, nor Ethereum. Obviously, I'm pretty bullish on the matter. But I think the other side, metaverse, it kind of messed it up for a little bit because we noticed, hey, Ethereum, it actually failed at that point, and the other side mint was so expensive for a lot of people and so cumbersome and so, well, crowded as well. Because remember, they sold 55,000 plots. They actually had 100,000 plots in total, though. A lot of people would rather just kind of not be involved now because there's so many. Plus, it's on the Ethereum chain and it kind of messed up. Together, of course, with the fact that things are going down is leaving a lot of people to not buy in massively. But I do think it will pick itself back up. So if you're looking for a good time to buy, I'm not saying you should go ahead and do it, right? I'm not saying you should because these things are very expensive. Anything that's Bored Ape Yacht Club related is very expensive. Nor am I sure that it's worth it or it's just price manipulation. But I do still see a very good chance in it recovering. And I'm not exactly sure if ApeCoin, the coin which you had to use to buy it, switching to its own chain would be good or bad. We'll see about it. But I am trying to stay on top of it because a lot of you guys are seeming to enjoy it. Now, we move over into some more important news. Solana developers reveal a huge plan to boost the network's resiliency after incessant outages. We talked about this before in depth, but I even talked to Solana themselves, by the way. For you guys that do not know, I met up with Solana a little while ago, a couple months ago already, by the way. And I basically talked to them about these outages and the fact that I think it's the biggest problem when trying to talk about Solana, that everybody could just kind of counter whatever argument you bring for holding it, saying, yeah, but it has a ton of outages. And this was like the number 7 or 8, which people didn't really seem to like. But now the devs have once more put up another foot forward to say, hey, we're really trying our best to make sure that this doesn't work or this doesn't happen as often or ever anymore. And all I can say about that is, yeah, logically, right? Any developer does not want their network to go out. But from another perspective, it's kind of understandable in the whole process of, I guess, going from the infancy stages to the more mature stages. It happens. And we can still kind of claim Solana is ridiculously fast most of the time. An outage here and there, it's not that big a problem because I'm still seeing Solana as being really early into all of it. If Solana were to be out for another, let's say 5 years or so, I can't really accept this. But the fact that Solana is ridiculously new, again, in my opinion, makes it okay. Kind of see through the fingers. Remember, if you just look at Solana's little growth curve versus Ethereum's initial start, and you kind of compare how far they've come in that little time period, it's kind of ridiculous. And again, Ethereum at that point was still actually just a security, simple one. It's kind of funny. So all those centrality arguments also don't make a lot of sense if you ask me, because they're going to grow out of it. Regarding ADA, which also is hit with the same sort of, I would say, thoughts by a lot of people that it's too new to actually compete with the rest. ADA, Fox Business anchor Maria Bartiromo calls Cardano an incredible success story. Now, I firmly disagree. I don't think Cardano is a good success story yet. I think Cardano's on a really good path for sure. I wouldn't consider him a real big success story, though. I mean, if you look at Bitcoin, sure. If you look at Ethereum, sure. Why? Well, because they've really popped off and they've literally come to stages which nobody could have imagined. With XRP, I would also say it's not as incredible success story yet because of the journey that which they have to bring for themselves. You know, with Ethereum, it's like, well, they have to go for Ethereum 2.0, get to proof of stake, and yeah, you know. But the majority of things which they want to achieve, they've gotten the most important steps, and the same thing goes for Bitcoin. With ADA, the majority of the most important things which they wanted to achieve are like just drawn out barely. So, are they already the success story? Yeah. Are they an incredible success story? Definitely not. At least that's my opinion on the matter. But again, that's just one report and what they say. I'm not exactly sure why they wrote a whole article about one person calling it an incredible success story. Not really too sure about that. All right, then Argentina's largest bank launches Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP trading for millions of customers. Yeah, I kind of forgot to put this into my video yesterday. I think the news came out after I already recorded my videos of the day. Argentina slowly appears to be treading the same path as El Salvador regarding Bitcoin adoption. On Monday, Argentina's largest private bank, Banco Galicia, confirmed that it was now offering its customers the ability to purchase certain crypto assets on its app. A lot of people are not realizing how big this is, that a huge bank is actually saying, you know what, just buy some crypto through our app. Even in Europe here, I'm not exactly sure if there's any banks that do that in an easy fashion, that are not like online banks. I'm not talking about the Revolut, for example. I know they most likely got some easy manners. In the Netherlands, do they have that? If you guys know of one, let me know down below. But I can't really think of one that would have such an easy access. And it's kind of funny for all my XRP holders that the Argentina banking giant will offer over 7 million customers access to only Bitcoin, Ether, XRP, and USD coin at the service launch. To me, it's really interesting that XRP is in that list. I really do enjoy that. It gives me a big smile on my face. Nice. All right, having said that, that was our crypto news for right now. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. We also have a 2,500 XRP giveaway going on, of which the link is down below. And I'm going to see you guys again in another crypto video later today. That was it for right now. Cheers.